Hi, welcome back to the next reading of Innocent Blood, A Story of Redemption. I've left off where Clint is having dinner with one of his colleagues, Ted, and his wife and family. And now we're going to get into the story. Chapter 3. The kids bounded out, and Ted and I headed into the library to talk. We shut the door. Now, Ted was not a religious person, although he and his family occasionally attended the Episcopal Church. Many of the church members have, for one reason or another, come into his office. One time, the pastor's wife came in for an abortion after hours. "So, what's on your mind?" Ted said as we sat down. "You're not losing your cool. You're not losing your nerve now, are you?" No, it's nothing like that." I waved off the question. "Then, what is it? One of us?" "No, I can't quite put my finger on it," I said, biting my lip and thought. "It's a lot of things, nothing absolute. But I do know it started with this one live abortion I performed." "We all have those, Clint." "I know, Ted, but it's what followed that shook me up." "Well, what was it?" I drew a deep breath. I left early that day. On the way out, a kindly little old lady said to me that Jesus loves me, and that's why he held my hand today. Okay, so those kind of people say anything out of their mouths. Ted leaned back in his chair and put his feet on the desk. "Yeah, but later that night I was awakened by a voice saying, 'Clint, why do you persecute me?'" Ted looked at me and said, "Well, what does that mean?" "I don't know, but I keep hearing it, sometimes at odd times. I think I'm losing it sometimes." "Have you talked to anybody about it?" "Yes, Isaiah." Ted's brow shot up in surprise. "Isaiah? The scholar? How do you know him?" "I've read all his books. He sure knows how to put those fanatics in their place. We go way back. I've known him for years now. I mentioned it to him, and he turned pale." "Pale? What do you mean?" "He said that it was something in the Bible. Look, I don't know. He said he would talk to me later after he researched more about it." Ted noticed. Ted nodded. "Can I help? Or how can I help?" I asked him, "Are you religious?" No, God, no." "Then why do you go to church?" He shrugged. "My wife does, and I want my family to be together, so I go." Ted looked me straight in the eyes. "You're not getting to this abortion is wrong thing, are you?" "No, but something is bugging me, that's for sure." Ted walked over to where I was sitting. "Clint, abortion is business. So what is it?" I don't know." He grabbed me by my arms. "Get a hold of yourself, Clint. You are the sharpest one of us, and you know your stuff. Don't throw it away for some voice. I looked at him sharply, shook loose. I'm not throwing anything away. He stepped back. I'm sorry, Clint. I don't know why I did that. I just saw everything crumbling around us, that's all. It's all right. I know the feeling. We stood in silence for a beat. Ted cleared his throat. Look, it's late and we have a busy day tomorrow. I stood and walked toward the door. Ted quickly strode behind me, snatched the door open. Peggy was standing there when it opened. She had heard the conflict. Is everything all right? She asked, looking from Ted to me. Ted and I exchanged awkward glances and nodded. I gave Peggy a hug. Thanks again for dinner. I left. Chapter 4. A new man. The drive home was as empty as they came. Never before had Ted and I had a confrontation like that one. Sure, we disagreed, but never like this. I hopped out of the car and quickly walked into the house. I could hear every step I made, and my keys unlocking the door seemed louder than ever. I closed the door. I looked at the clock. 9:30. I sat down in silence. I was filled with anger, hurt, confusion. I walked over to my wall, and by the bookcase, and over it was a photo of the three of us, Bill, Ted, and me. And I, standing in the old pediatrician's office. Why did this photo bother me? What's going on in my head? Ugh, I wish Isaiah was here. He has such wisdom. Of course, he left me with enough to think on. The phone rang. It was Ted. Hello? I want to say I'm sorry for what happened tonight. I understand. No problem. My tone was conciliatory. Let's just put all this behind us. Ted, you're a great doctor, a great pediatrician. Yeah, that was before, and now we're going places, he added. I just want to make sure you're going with us. I paused for a moment and then struggling, said, yeah. Look, I'm kind of tired. See you tomorrow. Sure thing. Tomorrow. I hung up and felt hollow inside. The next day, I plunged into work and turned off any feelings that tried to surface. I continued that way for some time. Many nights the voice would keep me awake, and sometimes I would yell to the emptiness of my apartment. One time, I was on a date When the voice spoke to me and I hollered for it to stop bothering me, the woman I was with jumped up and left quickly. Well, here we are again. Please follow the rest of the story of Innocent Blood, A Story of Redemption, written by Sultana Jones. God bless you. Bye-bye.